That was a very professional performance today. And obviously, we're pleased to 17 games in be where we are, 30 points, top of the table. But we're only halfway through. So feels great. But as I told the guys, we got a long way to go. And what's scary about this team is we're just scratching the surface of the team we can be. There are a lot of things today, even though it was 3-0, where we can be better. And we'll continue to look at those things. And we won't just assume because we're getting wins that everything's perfect, because we want to keep growing as a team, and we're capable of still getting better in several areas. But I'm pleased with how we've managed this tough stretch. It wasn't just the guys that started the game or came off the bench today. It was truly a team effort, and it took different guys in different games, and they managed it tremendously. And we're in a very good spot, obviously, in the league. We'll move to the Open Cup on Wednesday, obviously. That's very important to us, and we're going to go all in there to try and get the result on the road. It's not going to be easy at Dallas. They haven't lost there. But if we play like we did tonight, I like our chances.
How important, I know there's a long way to go in the season, but how important of a benchmark is being at the top of the table for this MLS franchise?
Well, I think, again, this team believes that they're one of the best teams in the league. So, when I look in their eyes today after the game, it's not like they're, they're happy, but it looked like they expected it. So I think for me that shows that we have a realistic belief in this club, that we can be a realistic contender to compete for trophies here. So I don't know about benchmarks, but we're moving in the right direction. And the biggest thing is that locker room believes that we can be one of the better teams in the league.
Caleb, you said you were scratching the surface. Are you progressing faster than you thought, or not?
I mean, you can't predict progress in a team. I think it's a daily process, it's a weekly process, it's a monthly process. You're always evaluating that, and every team has different potential. But what I've seen with this group, and it is a young group, it's a new group. We don't have young guys. We have some young guys, but it's a young group from the standpoint of we've only been together 6 months. If you take that into account, we still have a lot left in the tank still. And I'm going to keep pushing these guys, and they know that. My job's to look for the perfect game, and I thought we played well tonight. We certainly didn't play the perfect game. Colorado had some looks, had some chances, and it's important that we, when we win games, we don't think everything is right. We have to always evaluate ourselves based on the key moments in games, and we're pleased, but I think there's still some things that we got to correct.
Looking at where this team is right now compared to how they played in past seasons, a lot of people are giving you credit for coming in and sort of working miracles and that sort of thing. Is that an accurate perception?
No, I'm not a miracle worker. I don't walk on water. I just coach teams and try to do the best I can to help them win games.
Caleb, how different was your halftime speech with 2 first-half goals? Some of you guys haven't had that much. How was it different?
It was kind of funny. Before the game, I joked with the coaches. We've been doing our attacking pattern play going the other direction, and funny enough, we've been scoring more goals at that goal. So we flipped it before this game, and I don't know, maybe that played a part in it. We worked on our attacking movement going to the Timbers Army the day before the game, and we got 2 goals in that first half. So I thought that was interesting. But it's nice to be up a couple goals at halftime, especially when we have this game on Wednesday. I thought the guys managed the second half very well, and we passed the game out and chewed off large portions of the second half with possession, which is what we wanted to do. We kind of sat a little deeper just to manage again the game up 2-0. It allowed us to do that, and we were in a strong position, and we knew we could kind of manage the game that way.
Coach, you went a little bit more direct today. Was that something that you'd installed midweek and tried to do as the game plan, or was that a reaction to Colorado's early pressure?
Well, I think it was a different kind of club in our bag that we had with Freddie in the game. We worked on it in training. He's one of the best guys in the air that I've that I've coached, and his ability to flick balls on is incredible. And so we worked on it a bit. You know, there are going to be times when you have to go direct. I don't know that we went more direct today than we have in other games. We've had to go big in other games. It depends on if the other team's pressing us. We're not going to just, you know, get turned over and play out of the back when the team's squeezing us. So when we do have to go big, it's nice to have that dimension. And Ryan Johnson brings it to the table as well. So we worked on it, you know, running off Freddie, the flick, and, you know, I believe we created a couple goals that way.
Coach, you talked a little bit about you're getting a lot of credit, well deserved. Last year, Gavin Wilkinson, the GM, got a lot of heat. You made a lot of moves in the offseason, probably together. They're all working out. How much credit do you think Gavin deserves for your success?
I mean, Gavin is as much a part of this as I am. You know, he's been instrumental. Obviously, had a vision along with Merritt of the direction they wanted the club to go, the standards that they had, and the brand of soccer that they wanted. And you know, I was hired to try to execute that blueprint and from a technical side, play a role. But Gavin and Merritt, those guys deserve a lot of credit. But listen, we're halfway through, so there's no reason to start crediting anybody at this point because we haven't done anything. You know, we got 30 points in the first half, but we got to keep getting points. So at the end of the year, we can start crediting people, but you know, no one should be getting any credit right now. Certainly, I shouldn't. You know, but you know, it's been a team effort for sure to get to this point, and you know, I think we're all pleased that we're headed in the right direction, but we haven't done anything yet.
Have the players bought into your system faster than you thought?
No, I mean, I think it's a system that the players buy into quickly. You know, in college I had 22 days to get a team ready to play in a 4-month season. So, you know, this is in some ways even easier because you have more time. But no, I've never had trouble getting guys to buy into the philosophy because everybody wants to be on the ball and everybody would prefer to press than drop off. So. You know, I think it's something that's not easy or not hard to get teams to buy into. But to do it right, it's not easy. That's the key. Anybody can just pass the ball around, but you have to have purpose to it. Anybody can press, but if it's not collective pressure and if you're not compact, you'll get opened up. So I'm pleased that they have grasped the concepts as quick as they have, and you know, the buy-in was there right away, but you know, to actually execute it, you need to understand the tactical concepts and be able to apply them in training and then obviously translate it to the game, and they've done that very well. But I think it says a lot about just the character and the intelligence that this group has, the maturity and the experience, which is why we added guys that have been professionals, that have been, you know, it's not their first time they've been in these situations, so their ability to grasp concepts and to understand tactical tweaks, you know, their capacity for that is much greater than, you know, a group of young guys coming right out of college.
Coach,
Was there a point, Coach, where you felt they said they got it in terms of what you were looking for?
We still haven't gotten it, you know, we would be a lot better, you know, but, you know, I would say for me, you know, even in preseason you saw some, you know, some evidence that things were moving in the right direction with some of the results we had, and the fact that we were controlling periods of play with possession, the fact that we were going into games proactively, and you know, you saw it in the preseason tournament as well. You know, the defensive side took a little bit longer. You could see we were attacking well and pushing our lines high and being aggressive, but we were getting opened up, and so I think you know, the attacking light bulb went on a little quicker than the defensive light bulb. But once we got them both going, you know, I think you're starting to see now a balanced team on both sides of the ball.
last one, please. Coach, you're over 3 months without a loss now. Failure is pretty far in the past at this point. Does that influence how you prepare your team? What perspective you have to keep within the group?
I don't think anybody is thinking about anything other than getting points. So, you know, it's funny because there have been a lot of games we've been unhappy, even though we've not lost. So I think that helps to keep the group grounded and pushing, because again, we don't think we have it figured out. You know, we're not where we want to be at this point. And this group understands that it takes 34 games to accomplish what we need to. So, you know, like I've said from day one, you know, highs low, lows high, move on, file it away. You know, if there's things to correct them, but we're not going to panic or abandon what we're doing if we fall short. You know, if we win, we're not going to think everything's perfect. We're going to keep pushing and keep staying hungry and keep staying humble as well.
Thanks, Kevin.